2024. I'm actually filming this on New Year's Day, so when you see this video later this afternoon, I filmed this morning, and I'm just, super casual in a hoodie and sweatpants because honestly, guys, there is so much dust in our apartment right now that it makes me want to cry. No, I'm joking, but it's like if you wear anything dark colored, it is just, you can't, like literally you cannot brush up against a thing in this house without getting dust all over yourself. So anyway, what are we talking about today? Today we are talking about making some changes in 2024. And, obviously the new year, it's always a time for reflection and thinking about how we want to either maybe better ourselves in 2020 in the new year, or how we want to better ourselves in the new year or make changes, those kind of things. And as YouTubers, we do a lot of videos, I think, as I've mentioned, on, reflecting on the past year, best purchases, worst purchases. We then move into like wish list videos and what we think we want to buy for the next year, etc. Well, this one is a little bit different. So if you're new here, my name is Lisa, and I love to do videos on beautiful things, mostly luxury and things like handbags, shoes, and ready to wear. And I like to do some styling videos, and I do those things from the perspective of someone who is in the middle of her life, as well as someone who is mid-size. So, if that sounds interesting to you, we'd love to have you here. But like I said, today's video is inspired by a YouTube creator that I have followed for years. Her name is Hannah Louise Poston. I will certainly make sure I link her channel below. And I've been subscribed to Hannah since probably, I believe it was 2019. And in 2018, Hannah did a no-buy year. And she did it for a number of reasons. I will let, if you go watch her channel, she has a whole playlist of her no-buy year in chronological order. So you can literally watch from, January, when she uploaded her first video, through the entire year of 2018 and what she did, her rules, etc. While I think it is incredibly admirable, and I just, like I said, I admire, I think what Hannah did was amazing, I don't know that it is entirely right for me. So I am going to be doing a low buy year, not a no buy year. I'm still going to be making some purchases, and we'll kind of go through my rules and outlining those things. I am going to be doing a low buy year. Am I going to become a luxury minimalist? Hella no. I'm not going to become a minimalism channel whatsoever. And I'm not going to become a, not buying at all channel. Like I said, this is not a no buy. I am going to be instituting a low buy. And to me, a low buy is, sort of putting some parameters around what I spend my money on, which, I realize logically sounds like what I should be doing anyway. Yes, there will be some categories that will be no buy, where I will not be buying in that category at all. But I would say most of the luxury items, or certainly the bigger ticket luxury items, will not be falling into that category. It will be falling into a low buy, subject to some rules and things like that. So let's get into, why am I doing this? So why have I decided to do a low buy year this year? Well, there are 4 main reasons, and let's go over those. The first is probably going to be a pretty obvious one to any of you who follow my channel, and that is that we recently moved to New York City. So prior to January of 2023, so we moved in the middle of January of 2023, I lived in Kansas City, or a suburb of Kansas City on the Kansas side, but it's a suburb of Kansas City, Missouri. It's a very strange, weird thing, don't ask. With that came very limited access to luxury. There are no luxury boutiques in the Kansas City metropolitan area, absolutely none. So my access to luxury items was very, very limited. Well, we moved to New York, And now the world is my oyster, as they would say, living in New York City. There is everything here. And so there was a lot more temptation moving here. There were stores that I had never been able to go into. There were brands that I had never ever seen in person before. You all know I love fragrances, and fragrances are a scary thing to buy blind. So there were fragrances. I mean, if you walk into the Saks or Bergdorf fragrance area, there are brands I had never heard of. There were niche brands that I had heard of and heard like rave reviews about certain scents, but was not willing to drop, $350, $400 on a fragrance without smelling it and testing it first, where now they were all there for me to try. So my first reason is being here brought a lot of temptation, gave me a lot more opportunity to spend money. The second reason that I am doing a low buy year is, fingers crossed, I will be getting my items out of storage hopefully within the next month. And that means a whole bunch of new things, right? New clothing, new shoes, new bags, things that I haven't had access to in almost a year and a half. And so it's kind of like my birthday or Hanukkah or Christmas, if that's what you celebrate, kind of all over again. There are all of these things that I haven't been able to use that I will have access to. In addition to that, 90% of what I brought with me here, I haven't had access to since August of 2023. So that's what? August, September, October, November. I mean, by the time I get my stuff, like 6 months since I've even seen any of those things. In fact, I was just thinking about as I was in the shower today that I haven't been able to use my mohair baguette at all this winter because it's in its dust bag, packed in a box so it doesn't get covered in dust. And I love that bag. You guys know when I unboxed that bag, I was like giddy with excitement. And I haven't been able to use that bag. So there are so many items that are basically going to be coming back into my life that need love, and I want to be able to, to enjoy them. So because I'm going to be getting all of my things back, it's almost like shopping. Reason number 3 makes me a little bit sad, if I'm totally honest, or makes me feel maybe a little bit guilty. Sad maybe isn't the word. Guilt maybe is the correct word. And that is that I've bought a lot in 2023. In fact, so much probably that when I thought about like doing all of my purchases from 2023 video, I can't even remember what I bought. And that's really sad. So number 3 is that I want to be able to use my things. I want to be able to enjoy them. And I feel like with the amount that I purchased in 2023, I didn't give myself a chance to really enjoy what I have. And, I've got some amazing, amazing pieces in 2023. And I want to love them. I want to enjoy them. I want to love the pieces that are going to be coming back into my life. I do want to be able to use my bags. I don't want to have bags that just simply sit on a shelf and look pretty. Hence the reason why I did my Kelly 28 video and whether I will be selling that bag. If you missed that video, I will link it in the cards up above. But it's something that I'm definitely thinking about because I don't want to have bags that just sit on my shelf looking pretty. And the 4th reason is, I guess, kind of purely monetarial. Is that a right word? For monetary reasons? There we go. And that is that, I, like many luxury YouTubers, have an account set aside where I put money to buy these beautiful things. And after going to Paris and my MTO and things like that, that coffer, as we like to call it, is much lower than I like to see it. I know Amelia Rose talks about this a lot. I will have Amelia's channel linked below, but she too gets a little nervous when that account, you know, sort of goes below a certain amount of money. Doing a low buy will allow me again to sort of restock that account so that when I do buy things, I feel more comfortable, because I have to say right now, it makes me uneasy with the level at which that account is at. So it shouldn't probably make a difference. It's just an uneasiness that I feel. So that may not make sense to you, but that is the fourth reason why I will be doing a low buy. All right, so let's get into, as Hannah Louise Poston would say, sort of the meat of the video. In this case, the rules, okay? What am I gonna be allowed to buy? What am I not gonna be allowed to buy? Are there exceptions to the rules? Those kind of things. Let's go through the things that I will not be allowed to buy this year, with a few exceptions, and then we'll talk about that. The first thing is no makeup, no skincare, basically no beauty products, okay? I have an abundance of those things. I have more in storage of those things, so that will be a no buy. Number two, and you guys know this is gonna be a hard one for me. If you saw my I Lied to You video, you know this is going to be hard because it was supposed to be on my no buy last year and I dramatically failed. And that is fragrances. You guys know that probably second to handbags, fragrances are like my next love. I love them. I love the way they look. The bottles are beautiful. I love looking at them on their trays that I have them on. So fragrances are going to be a hard one, but again, I have way more than anyone needs. And so fragrances are on the no buy. Next item is going to be shoes, because again, what I have with me is probably 30% of my entire shoe collection. So I got a lot of shoes coming from storage and I don't need to buy any more shoes. The next one is clothing. Again, I have an abundance of clothing already in my walk-in closet. And then I have 5 wardrobes sitting in storage right now. Wardrobe boxes, those big giant boxes that you hang clothes, you know, it has a rod in it and you hang clothes in them. I have 5 of them. I actually technically have 6, but one of them I've sort of pilfered out of already, and it's honestly just like a few like winter coats, I think, and then there's some stuff of David's in there. So we'll just say 5 that are mine. So I have no idea even where I'm going to be able to put those clothes. Needless to say, there will be a lot going on Poshmark and a lot being donated once those things come in. But my point is, I have way more clothes than I ever need, but clothing will not be purchased this year. We'll have some exceptions coming here in a moment, but as it stands, clothing is on the no buy list. The next would be accessories, and by accessories, I mean like belts, jewelry would be an accessory, no hats, things like that. So again, have plenty of those things. I don't need to add any more. And the final item on the no buy list are SLGs. Again, another one that was on my list for 2023 that I massively failed to stick to. And I will tell you right now that you will see some unboxings coming from me of a few items that I purchased in 2023. And I'll again talk about some of those things in a minute. That again are in total violation of that. But SLGs, no more, nothing. Today is January 1st. No SLGs will be purchased from this day forward for the year 2024. So now let's talk about what I am allowed to buy, which is so much better to talk about, right? All right, let's start with handbags. I am allowing myself up to 4 handbags for 2024, but I'm not gonna put any timing on it. So I'm not gonna say, you know, I'm definitely gonna buy a new bag every 3 months kind of thing. So that's why I said up to 4. It may be that I only buy 2 bags this year. It may be that I buy all 4. It may be that I buy 4 bags in the first 6 months and then I don't buy anything in the last half of the year. I don't know, but I didn't want to set like time parameters around things because I'm definitely predominantly a seasonal bag purchaser. So yes, I will do kind of a wish list bag video for you guys because I do have some that are on my radar, but in general, it's oh, I just saw this collection come out and I loved it, or I saw something walk the runway and so I want that. And so those kind of things you don't really know absolutely at the beginning of the year, like this is what I'm going to buy this year. So, I just want to give myself that flexibility that if I see a collection that's going to be coming in September, that I have the ability to buy that if I want to, and that it's not like, oh, well, you already bought a bag in the 3rd quarter, so now you can't buy that bag. So so up to 4. Now, let's kind of talk about some things that you're going to see on my channel probably over the next few months. And those are items that I have purchased already. So as of today, I just hit my 3,000 subscriber mark. Actually, it was like around 11:30 p.m. last night. So I hit it before the new year, which was my goal. So thank you to all of you who have subscribed and continue to support my channel. I love you all. But I did mention that I will be unboxing a 3,000 subscriber bag. In addition to that, I have 3 bags that are sitting in boxes that I have purchased, again, sort of over the last 6 weeks to 2 months that I have not unboxed on the channel or revealed to you. So basically those 3 plus the 3,000 subscriber bag are 4 bags that I will be revealing on my channel, like I said, probably over the next 3 months or so. Maybe I'll kind of do one a month or one every couple weeks, something like that have already been purchased. Okay, so those are not part of the 4 bags that I'm allowing myself to purchase in 2024. Hopefully that makes sense. As I said, also, I have been purchasing items. You will see a sort of general luxury haul coming from me again shortly that I pre-filmed a few weeks ago, again, of items that I purchased over the last 6 weeks or so, basically kind of starting middle of November during the kind of pre-Black Friday sales, all those kind of things. I have also pre-ordered some things, which meant that I purchased them. I actually paid my money for those items that aren't going to be arriving in collections until after the new year. So again, you will see some unboxings, but all of those items were purchased. Like I physically gave over the money in 2023. So what I'm saying to you is if you see me unbox some SLGs or fragrances or shoes or something like that that are, on my no buy list, those items were purchased prior to today. Okay, now let's talk about some exceptions to the rules. And I hate to have some of these exceptions because this really should just be what it is, but I'm going to set some of these exceptions, and hopefully some of you don't start throwing things at the screen saying, well, then what's the point, Lisa? Okay, the first one is for replacements. Now, as I look at my list of no-buy items, right? So makeup, skincare / beauty items, fragrances, shoes, clothing, accessories, SLGs. The only thing that I can foresee falling on that replacement type of situation is skincare. Now, I will go through whatever skincare I have before I replace something. So, if I have, for example, my nighttime moisturizer, and I also have a little mini jar of it that I use for travel, I will use up all of that moisturizer before I replace that moisturizer. So, you know, if I have samples of things or whatever, I will use all those, whatever that particular category is. If I run out, however, of a particular eyeshadow color or a, you know, lipstick color, I have a bazillion other lipsticks and eyeshadow palettes. I am not going to go replace that one shade of lipstick or that eyeshadow palette just because I ran out of one pan or something. My point is, like I said, I have enough with me here right now, in addition to what is in storage, that I have enough color cosmetics to last me a lifetime and beyond, probably. So I do not need to buy any more of those things. So like I said, when I look at sort of a replacement standpoint, I'm pretty sure that skincare is about the only thing that would fall on that list. Okay, so the one other exception that I have, and this basically probably relates to mostly shoes and clothing that's on my no-buy list, and that is the Nordstrom anniversary sale. So I work very hard. Yes, it's very hard to become the level at which I am at Nordstrom. Yeah, I spend a lot of money there to become an icon. And with that comes the ability to shop the anniversary sale the very first day before anybody else can shop the anniversary sale. And it's something that I really enjoy. I have been shopping the anniversary sale since, I think, 2005, something like that. So it is almost 20 years that I've shopped the anniversary sale, and I really, really enjoy it. And my fantastic friend and subscriber, Emily, really wants me to come with her out to California where she goes to shop for the anniversary sale, so I may do that. So my one exception regarding like clothing and shoes is to be able to shop the anniversary sale. But I will be doing it with a very, very specific and firm budget in mind. I will make sure that you guys know what that budget is, and I will not go over that limit. Generally, when I buy at the anniversary sale, I don't have a budget. I buy what I want. Obviously, I will still buy things for the kids because I buy things, you know, because it's around sort of back to school time during anniversary sale. I always buy David some things during the sale time. So that will be an exception and was never part of the rules to begin with. So it's not really an exception because it's not part of the rules. But for my own purposes, clothing and shoes, which are generally what I buy at the anniversary sale, I will have a very specific budget amount. I will stick to that budget. I will let you know that budget. But the anniversary sale is the one exception to the clothing and shoe, I guess, no buy rule. So those are my rules. Those are the whys. I also am very excited to tell you that I am doing this in collaboration with Melissa Wade Adams. So Melissa actually did a video announcing that she was going to do a low buy year about a month ago, and I immediately commented on that video that I was contemplating, that I was planning on doing a low buy year myself, and you know how great that was. And so then a couple weeks ago, I reached out to her and just said, hey, you know, I mentioned in the comments of your video that I'm going to be doing a low buy year too. First of all, would you like an accountability partner? I know I would love an accountability partner. I hope you guys will all be accountability partners to me and Melissa as well. But, you know, really having that person that you can text, you know, at 11 o'clock at night and be like, oh my God, I'm about to press check out on a cart. Like, you know, just sort of having that person that you can just get instant help from and support is great. So I asked her if she wanted, like I said, to be accountability partners. And then in addition to that, I said, hey, why don't we make this a collaboration? Since we're both going to be doing low buys, let's make this a collab. So we will both be doing monthly check-ins. So we will, I assume, sort of release those at the same time and have those linked in each other's description boxes. I will have Melissa's low buy video introduction linked in the comment or in the description box below. So make sure you check out Melissa's channel. If you're not subscribed to Melissa's channel, please also go ahead and subscribe to her. She's fantastic. She has also an amazing collection, and she's just a really, really kind person. So make sure you check her out. So like I said, every month we will be doing check-ins, talking about how it's been for the last month. You know, did we falter at all? Were we tempted at all? How do we feel about things? Was it easy? Was it hard? You know, all those kind of things. So make sure you check out her channel below. The last thing I kind of want to talk about is, you know, what does this mean for my channel? Failure versus success, and kind of all of those things. One of the things that Hannah of Hannah Louise Poston has talked about a couple times on her channel when she's done a couple videos on, you know, how to do a no-buy year, or should you do a no-buy year, those kind of things. And, you know, she talks a lot about, you know, setting yourself up for success and, you know, really looking at, you know, do you have certain things that you always do that you're going to feel bad that you're not going to be able to do? So, you know, I think she gives the example of, you know, you always go on this vacation to this little beach town with your family every August, and you always buy a dress from this little, you know, local boutique, and you don't, you know, you still want to be able to do that. So try to foresee things in your life that are kind of like that. So for me, that's the anniversary sale, I guess. That's a good example of that, right? But some of the other things she talks about is people who have followed her and then are going to be doing their own no-buy or low-buy, whatever it is. And they say, you know, wish me luck, or, you know, I really hope that I can do it. And her response to that, I think, is magnificent, which is that you don't need luck and you don't need hope. Doing a no-buy or a low-buy is totally within your control. So you are the only one in the way of your own success. You don't accidentally hit pay now or check out now. Those things don't happen, right? If you or if I break a no-buy rule or one of my low-buy rules, that's my own fault. I did that. I have to take accountability for it. It wasn't luck. It wasn't that I didn't hope enough. It was that I didn't have the willpower and the strength to not push pay or to not hand over my card to Andrew for another flap card holder. Okay? So my point is, this is all on me. It is with all in my control. I do not need luck. I do not need hope. I just need to do. And I really hope that you guys, like I said, will hold me accountable as well as Melissa and be here. You know, it's always nice to have some cheerleaders out there. So I hope that you can cheer me on during this whole process. You know, some of it is going to be hard. Like I said, I love fragrances. I love SLGs. I love you know, especially sneakers and all those things. And I'm sure it will be hard at times not to be able to buy those things, but I have so many, and let's just enjoy what I have. Which, speaking of which, I have bags that you guys have never ever seen. So I will sort of unbox those bags, which will be amazing. So there will be a ton of content on my channel still. Like I said, this is not going to become a minimalism or no buy, low buy skewed channel. Yes, I'm going to do a monthly check-in, but otherwise my content will stay the same. I will still do shopping vlogs for you guys in New York. I will still do, you know, comparisons videos and what's in my bag. I will still have unboxings. All of those things will still happen, but just in a better way for me. And I certainly hope that you stick with me through 2024. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you will stick with me through 2024. Like I said, my content is not going to be changing. This is just a little nuance to it and some, I guess, sort of extra content that I will be adding to my channel. But again, no minimalism. Certainly will still be making some beautiful purchases and unboxing some beautiful things, especially in the next few months. I've got quite a bit to show you of some things that I purchased in the end of 2023. And let me know in the comments below, are you contemplating doing a low buy or a no buy year? What do you think of my rules? Do you think that I'm crazy for allowing myself to shop the anniversary sale, albeit with a very specific budget? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't had enough of me yet, I will pop another video up here for you to watch. And wherever you are, I hope you are having an amazing day or evening, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.